What is up, everybody? It is Super Sunday, and I'm getting out this morning before everyone's traveling to their various gatherings to watch the big game. So it has been unseasonably warm this week, which I have no complaints about, but my cold weather gear does, because some of this stuff I bought fairly recently, in just at the beginning of winter, because it's been about a month and I've been wearing this stuff around, but now because it's been getting warmer already just here in the month of February, that yeah, I haven't been wearing my cold weather stuff, and I feel like I haven't gotten the wear out of it that I would have liked to have at this point. But still, I've been wearing it enough and getting the gear on and off enough that I feel like I can give you guys a little help if you're on the fence about buying any of these items for yourself. Those items being my Icon Patrol gloves, my T.O.G Rapido waterproof jacket. These gloves also too are rated as waterproof, and I wouldn't say rated as waterproof, but it's in the title and the description of these gloves. And then not winter gear specific, but my Alpinestars Force 25 backpack. So we're going to make a little stop here so we can talk about these items, not at length, but just to give you a quick rundown of the pros and cons of these items that I've either got for Christmas and have been vetting and figuring out what I think of them, or whether or I bought them for myself with some Christmas money. Thanks, Christmas presents and Christmas money, you rule. So we're just gonna pull on over here, find a nice spot, and talk about this stuff. All right, so turn the bike off, get that camera steady. Now, granted, it's only in the 50s this morning, so it's not super cold, and as I say that.
A few moments later.
So, the Alpinestars Force 25 riding backpack. Now, I've got this as a gift from my mom, but I did tell her this was the backpack that I wanted because it absolutely was the backpack for me. Now, I don't go on a lot of touring trips or cross country like that. What I do is commute though, and I want to take my stuff with me for recording, extra gear, and also some tools. So this backpack has a lot of functions, and actually, even though it looks small, there's a lot of room in here for your stuff. So let me just jump right into it. You've got this small pocket here at the top, and this is where I'll throw my rear-facing camera when I'm not using it, some extra batteries and some cables. And still plenty of room in here if you wanted to maybe throw like a balaclava in there, or a bandana. And then right into the main compartment here, ton of space. So I've got my extra gloves in here. I've got my stabilizer in here, and if you wanted to see it, that's pretty big, as well as my extra GoPro gear. And then there's still room if I had another pair of gloves or something else I needed to throw in here. There's still room. I don't know if you can see this in the video, but there's a slot here for your laptop to go in there, or your iPad, whatever it might be, as well as a space for your hydration pack. And it also has access to your hydration pack through here, so you don't have to, so you can actually access it without unzipping anything on your backpack. So really, that's really cool for me, because and here in California, when it gets really hot and you want to stop to get a drink, you don't want to have to take all your gear off. You've got your hydration pack in there, and you can just get a little water through the tube right there. So they've got some side pockets here, and I don't know if you can see this in the video, but the side pockets here, and plenty of room in here as well. I have my balaclava, some extra cords in here, and a tripod, and still plenty of room in here. And then also it cinches down, so that's really nice too on both sides. So you've got the same pocket on both sides. I'm not sure, I mean, it looks tall enough to fit like maybe a shorty water bottle, but maybe not a real tall one. So again, if you're one of those guys that needs water all the time and that hydration pack isn't enough for you, you're gonna have space for it there. Now, if you go down to the bottom of the backpack, here's something that's really cool that I like. Is you've got actually a helmet carrier. So this is really handy. The thing that I like about this is that if you're not a person that's going to carry around your helmet with you, this isn't something that's going to look weird, that's hanging out on your backpack. You just stuff it back in here, and then it's gone. And you don't even have to worry about it. You don't have to look at it. It's not going to get in your way when you're walking around with it. So that, I think that is terrific to have that there. So one of the other bonus features about this backpack is that this pocket here carries with you your high-vis cover for your backpack. So if you're riding at night and this reflective piping and this reflective lettering, badging that's on the backpack isn't enough for you, you've got a high-vis sleeve that you can throw right over your backpack. The elastic here, which is really good, is going to keep it on pretty well. But again, elastic always goes. So you've got these plastic tabs that you can loop through the loops on the back side of the backpack. So again, very thoughtful of Alpinestars to throw a lot of really great features into a small backpack. And when I say small, it's not super small. I would say it's about a medium-sized backpack, but it isn't like a big bulky backpack. And it's very light. If you take all the stuff out of it, it's still very light. I'll throw the actual weight here on the video so you can check that out as well. So if we go to the back side, this is where I have just a couple gripes, and these are the only complaints that I have about this backpack. Now this is really nice though. They have this air channel that goes through, so if you're riding a long distance, you can get that airflow through your back, so you're not getting all sweaty on the back side. But here is where I'm not sure. So because you've got this hole here, but what it's done is they've added this extra piece to your backpack, and I'm not exactly sure what the engineering thought is on this. But what happens is when I throw this backpack on, these tabs here want to fold down, and so I've got to situate it on my back and get it ready. Again, that's just kind of a nitpicky thing because that takes me all of 5 seconds to adjust the backpack the way I want it. The other nitpicky thing I have, which I think is actually kind of a thoughtful thing that they did, was this tab here isn't a normal tab here. It's circular. So I think if you're already got your helmet on, you've got gloved fingers, because it's not a tab, and you're like, where is it? It's just a circle, so you can kind of just feel it around and get it in there really easy. My complaint about this though is getting it out. It's not always easy to get out of this tab. Again, this is something that once you get a lot of practice, it's not going to be so bad. But at first, it was a little difficult for me to release this tab. See, I'm having a little bit of trouble there every single time without fail. So again, small nitpicky things that I would change maybe in the engineering of this backpack. But again, I'm sure those smarter people that made this backpack had different things in mind, and so I'm just going to take their word for it, because again, these are just really nitpicky things that only cost me a few seconds when I'm riding. So let's see. Finally, the last thoughtful thing that they've done here is on these straps, so you're not flapping in the wind with these straps flying around everywhere, is that they've got these elastic bands that go around every single one of these straps. There's an elastic band so that you're not flapping around in the wind. So every single one of the straps on this backpack has one of these elastic bands so that you're not flapping around. I know when I used to wear just my normal backpack, it was a really nice North Face backpack, but what happens is that all the straps that are cinched down, the flaps, the extra strap is just flapping around, and sometimes they would flap around and hit you, and it would scare me a little bit, and that's just not safe to do while you're riding. So that is all I've got to say about the Alpinestars Force 25 riding backpack. I would highly recommend this backpack. Again, these just little nitpicky things about it. If you're a guy that carries around some of your stuff with you but doesn't need a giant backpack, I would definitely recommend this. Guys, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up down there, and if you're so inclined, hit the subscribe button right over here. If you want to check out one of my other videos, click one of the links in this direction. Guys, if you're riding, be safe, and if you're not riding, get riding. This is that one guy, and I'm out.